Hi guys, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today we're going to talk about a specific type of borrowing feature, and I'm talking about self-repaying loans. And this is something that has started with Alchemix, but after that many other protocols has come introducing different kind of ways of borrowing and loans different kind of cryptos. And we will discuss them, how they are working and what kind of also improvements they are adding to the market. Just before to start, guys, remember that this channel is about educational content. Nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's great, but always on research first. And if you like this kind of content, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment if you want to support us. Okay, let's start immediately. As I was saying, Alchemix has been the first one. And if you're wondering how it is possible that you are borrowing something and at the same time it is repaying itself, the concept is pretty easy. As you know, probably, there are some kind of asset that is able to produce some kind of yield. This is the reason, for example, why Abracadabra was so successful. It is an interest-bearing asset platform that is allowing you to borrow against your assets that are increasing in value. And Alchemix is working in a similar way. It is supporting a set of assets. Most of them are just LPs between stablecoins. And that's also the reason why what they are saying is that they are allowing you to leverage a range of tokens without the risk of liquidation. And this is something that is pretty important because differently from what we have seen on many other protocols, in this case we are talking about loans that are self-repaying and they don't have the risk of liquidation. The reason why they are self-repaying is because they are accumulating the yield that is produced by the asset you have deposited inside, and they are using the yield to repay your loans. And that's the reason why at a certain point your loans will be fully repaid. Obviously, it takes time because, for example, if you have just 1% of yield, it will take several years to be able to repay it. But at the same time, having no risk of liquidation is something that will help a lot this kind of system. Alchemix has been the first one to do this kind of feature, but at the same time, many others are coming or are already on the market. I want to show you Kinetic Money that is on Terra. And the reason why it is quite interesting using Terra in this case is because it is the ecosystem that is offering the highest yield, fixed yield, stable yield that can be used in order to have this kind of self-repaying loans. As you can imagine, they are using an Anchor protocol, and here you can find also a brief overview. Yield earned by your collateral from Anchor protocol and other yield strategies will auto-magically repay your advance over the time. This is something pretty interesting because if on Alchemix we were able to use assets like, as you can see from this interface, that they are having a yield that is quite low, on Kinetic, thanks to Anchor, obviously we know that Anchor protocol will change the yield during the time, but at least right now it is offering this kind of yield. Having a 20% of APY, it enables you to repay your loans much more fast than what you will be able to do on Alchemix. The reason why it is so powerful because at the same time, without having to worry about repaying the borrow or what you have to manage, all the different operations you have to do to take it alive, with this kind of system, you can just forget about them. You can just, you know that you have deposited your asset, that you are still the owner of them, but at the same time you can spend, you can reinvest the amount of cryptos. In this case, we are talking about KUSD on Kinetic Money, and on Alchemix, we are talking about the synthetic asset that is produced by the platform. Kinetic Money is just a protocol that is launching right now. As you can see from their Twitter account, I will leave all the links that could be useful for you into the description below. Here, as you can see, the final preparation ongoing. What does it mean? It means that right now Kinetic is not already launched. It is still working to be ready and full launch targeted for this Saturday. So just a couple of days and we will have the platform live. And I'm pretty curious to see how it will work. So just stay tuned and keep following this protocol. Another protocol that is working in this direction is More Money, that is still a young protocol, and it is using different kind of assets. Right now, not all the assets are supported the self-repaying loans. This feature is available only for LP tokens that are accruing value into their LP. So the LP is increasing in value, and that's the reason why it is self-repaying the loans. On the other side, single assets are not yet available to be used as self-repaying loans. In any case, the reason why I'm showing you this kind of protocols is because it is still interesting, even if they are not self-repaying 100% or this feature is not available for all of them. What is interesting is this thing. Open an interest-free debt position that improves with yield from a collateral. Interest-free debt is something that is becoming every day more popular, as we will see also in a moment, because I want to show you another couple of protocols that are trying to work in this direction. They are still not offering self-repaying loans, but on the other side, they are offering free interest debt that could be also quite useful for you if you want to leverage your position, if you want to create a more complex strategy, or if you want to differentiate your exposure. Another protocol that is working in this direction is this one, that is working built on stacks secured by Bitcoin. So it is another kind of technology that is the sub-layer of this protocol, but the final goal is quite the same. And more specifically, I want to talk about Growth DeFi. Growth DeFi is another protocol that is offering some stablecoin. The whole concept that we are seeing much more frequently into the DeFi space is using your asset to be able to mint a new stablecoin. There are so many stablecoins right now on the market, even maybe too many. And the main concept is that each protocol is enabling you to mint your own stablecoin. Growth DeFi is another protocol that is planning to add some self-repaying loans. Is still not available, but the concept to use your collateral in order to produce yield and to repay your loans is something that is actually one of the concepts behind Growth DeFi. Going to another protocol that is just launching, and in this case is not really about self-repaying loans, but it's more about leveraging and 0% interest. I'm talking about Yeti Finance, and the reason why I want to talk about this protocol are mainly two reasons. First of all, the protocol is interesting because they will allow us on Avalanche to leverage our position by around 21x, plus using a 0% debt interest, obviously. The second reason why I want to share it with you is because I want to just to say it again. Even if a protocol is doing a great job, and I think that Yeti Finance is working in the right direction, I really like what they are, how they are working, what they are producing. But even so, problems are always there. And anything can happen. And this is something that you should be aware. Don't type in, even if you think that that protocol could be good, because the problem is something that is real and could happen to any kind of protocol. And this is something that has happened to Yeti Finance the moment when they were launching. There has been a problem, not a major problem, but it pushed the launch to be delayed. In any case, we are almost there, and the protocol should be on mainnet quite soon. Another protocol that is promising to do the same story, it is a Hubble Protocol that will allow us to have an 11x of leverage on our position with a 0% interest rate on our basket of assets we are using as a collateral. Even in this case, Hubble Protocol right now is not yet offering the 11x leverage. It's something that will be added into the next future, but the feature that is on Solana, obviously, to borrow a new stable coin, in this case is USDH, that you'll be able to mint in the moment when you are depositing a certain kind of asset into the protocol. And what is interesting is obviously that this kind of procedure is 0% interest. So you will not have to pay any kind of interest on your position. So guys, that's the overview about self-repaying loans, and moreover also the different kind of protocols that are offering 0% interest rate on your borrowing. And that's something that I truly believe we will see much more protocols going into this direction. And let me know if you know any other protocol that you think that it is interesting. If you want to check also Climb Island, you can find all the links into the description below. Check it because it could be an interesting protocol. And guys, I will see you tomorrow with another video. Remember, if you are new to the channel, subscribe, leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment if you want to also help us to grow. Bye guys, see you tomorrow.